Hi, I'm Jessa, and I love teaching math. Let's get started.
All right, so we're continuing with factoring and we're talking about what happens when we have negative numbers. So let's consider the following example. I have x squared plus 4x minus 12. So here, our last number in our expression is negative. So when this number is negative, what that means is that one of our numbers will be negative. So what do I mean when I say numbers? Well, let's just back up for 1 minute. Whenever we're factoring, we're taking an expression that looks like this, x squared plus 4x minus 12, and we're turning it into x plus some number times x plus some number. But these two numbers could be positive or could be negative. When we have that negative last number, then we know that one of the two is going to be negative. Not both, because if they're both negative, this would be positive again. So one of the two is going to be negative. We need to decide which one. Again, when we're doing these factoring, what we want to find numbers that multiply to equal 12, or negative 12, I apologize. And we're looking for two numbers that add to equal 4. So let's go ahead and begin with what numbers equal 12. So I won't consider the negative right now. I'll just say what two numbers, when I multiply them together, equal 12. So my possibilities are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So these are the numbers, whole numbers, that when I multiply them together, they equal 12. And I need to decide, I know, again, that one of the two is going to be negative. So I need to find, it's like a puzzle. So which of these gives me positive 4 when I add them together? So it's a little bit like a puzzle because you know that one of the two is going to be negative and you know that you need to get to a positive 4. So let's consider the 1 and 12. If the 1 was negative, 12 minus 1 is 11. And if the 12 is negative, negative 12 plus positive 1 is negative 11. So that doesn't give me my goal, which was this positive 4. So I know that it's not going to be this one. Then I consider my next one. Well, if the 2 is negative, negative 2 plus the positive 6, that's 4. Oh, look, well, that's what I wanted. Let's go ahead and just do it, finish out so we can see that we are eliminating other possibilities. But once we hit what we want, we know we're done. But I'll consider the opposite too. When we have the negative 6, if this guy was negative and the 2 was positive, then I would have negative 4 instead. So I see that I have that positive 4. I don't need to go any further. I can go ahead and pull my final answer. So what I had here, in order to achieve this, was that the 6 was positive and the 2 was negative. So I'll go ahead and write my answer out. So x squared plus 4x minus 12 is going to be equal to x plus 6 times x minus 2. And that will give me what I want here. So whenever you have a negative, you just have to kind of treat it like a puzzle. You have to consider the different possibilities and kind of see which one gives you what you need when you're adding them together.
If you have extra questions, you can go ahead and post them in the comments, and I'll try to answer as many of those as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to get more help with math and see more of the math content.